Another edition of a look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. We've got Thompson. Jalen Green is out there at Brooks. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Easton in at the 4 slot. And for San Antonio, they've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the power forward. Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
And what you just love about Green, a guard who works with or without the ball, can break you down in so many ways.
Wembanyama outside. Barnes looking around. Spurs passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. Fox passes to Wembanyama. And it's blocked by Şengün.
Using that length, Şengün timing the block.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manute Bol and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively, not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
Now Thompson following De'Aaron Fox's 3-point attempt. Here's Castle. He's covered by Thompson. Wembanyama, a screen on Thompson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
Brooks against Fox. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Puts up a deep 3. Thompson with the rebound. Rockets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Green. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Castle. Oh, he misses the dunk. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 1. A second chance effort, and the layup is good.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
Offside Fox.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
There's a good screen over to the left wing. Here's Mamu Kelishvili, and it's off from 3-point range. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Raptors. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And the quickness of Brooks's drive can be overwhelming. Burst inside before the D can react.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker. I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Now here's Brooks. Şengün with the screen for Brooks. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Spurs.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
The wide open look here for Fox. From outside, off the mark. Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Spurs lead. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Tari Eason. Green is out there with Brooks. Then it's Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Here's Brooks. After the basket by San Antonio. Shoots over Fox. Brooks misses.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Outside for Wembanyama. Love the confidence from Wembanyama.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Outside, Green. It's Brooks on the wing. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Brooks has got 5 points so far.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Back from outside. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Wembanyama outside. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Fox against Brooks. Over to the wing. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Wembanyama, a screen on Brooks. Fox, no good. Rockets trail by 6. The all-time leader in NBA wins, of course, the great Spurs coach, Greg Popovich. So here is a guy who's a peer. What makes him so special, Stan?
Well, first of all, Greg Popovich is not a peer of mine, Kevin. I would never be that presumptuous. This guy is an absolute icon in the coaching world. I think from the outside, I think what makes him so special is he's never looked at himself that way. He's never rested on his laurels. He's a guy that's always evolving and trying to get better.
I love that assessment, but I do think you're his peer.
Not in any way.
assisted by
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And the NBA, right or wrong, Stan, has been called a copycat league before. If something works, it catches on quick. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is to some degree, Kevin. Certainly, we all watch each other and learn from each other, and you're always looking to see what someone else does in their system that would fit into what you do, but you can never fully copy another team because the personnel is different.
Yeah, every roster's different, isn't it? And you've got to tailor things you want to do with what you've got.
That's exactly right. So if my personnel's not the same as yours, I might be able to take a little bit of what you do, but I can't take it wholesale.
Now, Green following De'Aaron Fox's three-point attempt. Green kicks to Brooks. Over Castle. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Brooks has got 7.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pass to Castle. Fox passes to Barnes, and it's Barnes slapping it down.
And Fox is a solid passer, knows how to get the ball to his guys when they're ready to let it go.
Green left side. Şengün with the screen for Green. Brooks outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Spurs ball.
Spurs leading by 5. Fox goes in. Outside for Wembanyama. And it's off from 3-point range. Thompson outside. Good D by Barnes.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him on.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break to third quarter basketball.
Welcome. The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes.
And later on, some. And that is it for halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
They got Keldon Johnson. Also Devin Vassell out there. And it's Bassey in at center. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen it. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look, he is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a 3-point shot.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Spurs shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. the guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
There's the pick. Here's Vassell, and that one is hammered home.
What a throwdown by Vassell. This is why he looks to get to the basket.
Here's Whitmore, covered by Vassell. Landale pass to Tate. From past the arc, cans it from downtown. Tate's only got his first 3 points of the game.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Vassell, right side. Inside. Here's Bassett. From deep. Buries it from three-point range. Vassell's got 8 points in the quarter.
Vassell's jumper continues to evolve and improve. He's a real threat off the catch.
And Whitmore throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Vassell outside. Count the basket. Vassell's got 10 points. Rockets trail by 6. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Whitmore. Off target at the rim. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. From outside the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, offensively, Vassell is just relentless right now. And that energy is such a lift for his whole team.
Here's Whitmore. Rebound by Johnson. Spurs leading by 9. Vassell, the pass to Champagnie. 59 seconds left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Champagnie's got the lead up to 11 now for the Spurs. Here's Whitmore, covered by Vassell. They need this, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
This is what I love about Whitmore, his fearless attitude and that ability to draw foul.
For the Rockets, Whitmore.
And he makes both free throws. 34 seconds left to play here in the third. Vassell outside. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And that one's good, Bessie.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rockets trail by 11. From deep, Green knocks down the 3 ball.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul.
Whitmore.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Fox. He has 7. Green with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Devin Vassell has been on display for San Antonio. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. We've got Green, Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks, and it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. Brooks finds Eason. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. Here's Şengün. Green deciding where to go with it. With 1 on the clock, and Green slams it in.
And once Green gets the ball there, not much you can do defensively.
Fox against Brooks. Outside, Fox. 3-pointer. Eason grabs the board.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's Green with the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Castle, guarded by Green. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
On the wing, Green. Into the lane, and Green slams it in.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Castle, guarded by Green. Out to the right wing. In a wide open look for Wembanyama. Nailed from 3-point land.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Eason with a screen for Brooks. To the middle. Thompson surveying the floor. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
Wembanyama, a screen on Brooks. Takes a 3. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 7 rebounds in the game.
2 minutes.
Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Brooks against Fox. Jacks up a 3. Green with the rebound.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Traps in the tray.
How about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
The drive by Green out to the wing. Şengün kicks to Thompson. Eason with a screen for Thompson. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Fox, no good.
Yeah, he's just not himself right now. He's getting decent opportunities like this one, but just failing to convert.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Green left side. Brooks against Fox. To tie it up. They kick it out to Green. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
You can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And here is Fox. And Benyama outside. Good!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Money!
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
When they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Shooting.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Houston. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, pure desperation right now. Do you think there's enough time?
From deep, Green. And so it's San Antonio who's straight high with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me,
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. They've got Jackson Hayes, LeBron James out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for San Antonio, they've got Castle. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4-man position. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Here's Fox, following the score by the Lakers. Wembanyama, screen on James. Here's Fox. Somehow scores the layup in traffic.
The defense looking helpless to stop Fox. This guy fears no one.
Now here's Doncic. Not a lot of room. Pass to Hayes. And out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat. I asked him how they plan to deal with Luka Doncic, and he said, look, we all know what Luka can do. He'll get his points, but we can't let him take over. We have to maintain our focus on defense for every minute of all 4 quarters.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Got a piece of it. And here's James. Outside, Finney Smith. Deflected. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Driving inside. The 3 from Wembanyama. And the 3-pointer goes.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama. A big who can hit smooth 3-point shots.
Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
Oh, sweet move. And he lays it up and in. Wembanyama's got 5.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Shot to stop the run. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Barnes against Doncic. Wembanyama, screen on Doncic. And they call an illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Lakers trail by 5. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Down to 5 on the shot clock. James outside. This one for 3. San Antonio with a rebound. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles.
This time around, they're looking for better execution offensively. They have to avoid mistakes.
If they can clean up the turnovers and make better decisions, it should be a much closer game this time around.
Now here's Fox. Wembanyama, screen on Doncic. Outside for Wembanyama. 3-pointer. Vanderbilt pulls it in. The Lakers have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Hayes, the pass to Doncic. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Vanderbilt. Outside Finney Smith. Fires in the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
San Antonio has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
2 points. That one goes. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Doncic with it. Coming off a 28-point game against Minnesota.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
And he comes up with a bucket.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Here's Castle, guarded by Doncic. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He had a huge height advantage there and did not mess around.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Hayes with a screen. It's Doncic with a drive. Oh, they pick off the pass. Castle for three. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. Hunting for... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
You could really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Now here's Doncic. Nice shot by Finney-Smith. Finney-Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
Gifted moving the ball. Luka is one of the best passers in the league.
Wembanyama, screen on Doncic. Castle for three. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. San Antonio with the ball, following the score by Los Angeles. Tipped away, stolen by Vanderbilt. James deciding where to go with it. And James throws it down.
Okay, wow, old man LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
Wembanyama, screen on James. Fox on the take, and it's Fox with the jam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Doncic. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 6-point lead.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some hot, showing them off a little bit on that play.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart. A terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Doncic outside. There's 1:47 left to play in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. They need this. And again, the Lakers, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Fox. Give him 8 points now. Lets the 3 fly. No good on that one. His first miss. He's 4 for 5 now. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we've got 1:18 left in the second period. Doncic, a screen on Wembanyama. Here's James. James finds a runway and gets airborne.
Bron dunked that like he was angry. Is he okay? Man, he got the table shaking over here.
James against Fox. To the left side wing. There's 49 seconds left to play in the half. 5 on the clock. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Operating the pick and roll like a seasoned vet already. Castle just taking what he sees open up.
Now here's Doncic. The D's right on him. He's got it. 3 for 7 now.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Jared Vanderbilt. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Wembanyama screen. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
Now James. His last outing, we saw him score 22. LeBron fires one down.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's San Antonio. They have a... Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
It's not a huge deficit on the boards, but enough to where they're giving away possessions, and that adds up, guys.
Yeah, if they're playing a comeback.
Taking a peek now. And that's a wrap on.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
On the court for the Lakers, Rui Hachimura is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Alex Len. And it's Goodwin in at the shooting guard. The drive by Reeves. Shoots over Vassell. Here's Len. Oh, my goodness. How about that? Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Always ready to put the team first. Reeves wants the ball in the hands of the most ready scorer.
Vassell passes to Bassie. Back to Vassell. And stolen by Reeves. To the inside. Len inside. He's against Sohan. Len is good. Len's got 4 points in the quarter. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt, or I would have been out of the league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Here's Reeves, following the bucket by the Spurs. Launches a three. Nails it from three.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Vassell against Reeves. Vassell left side. Pass to Bassi. Johnson on the wing. 6 to shoot. Spurs need to get one up here. Len pulls it in.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And there's the rejection.
When you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Here's Johnson. Sohan outside. 3-pointer. Vassell outside. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
Now here's Reeves. He's got 5. Hachimura outside. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Richard, it's nice to have the versatility of a guy like Hachimura. Equally comfortable at either forward position.
Well, he's got the size and strength of a modern-day NBA power forward, but he also has the ability to stretch the floor and knock down a 3. That's a nice combo. Oh, the mid-range shot has always been Hachimura's best weapon, but he's adapted and has become more consistent beyond the arc.
Now here's Vassell. 5 points in the game. Bassi, pass to Vassell. They set the pick. Pass to Bassi. Over Reeves. Another shot. Sohan outside to stop the drought. Vassell's shot is good. Vassell's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Hachimura. The crossover, and it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Slicing his way inside. I like seeing Hachimura put it on the deck and capitalize.
Vassell passes to Bassi. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
They're breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more.
Hey, yo, right here.
Hachimura with a screen on Vassell. Here's Reeves. Sohan with some nice D. San Antonio leading by 5. Vassell outside. It's deflected. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Len. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Bassi can't get it to go.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Spurs out in front. They lead by 1. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4. That's the San Antonio 5. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Fox. Launches it. It's Hayes with the rebound.
Defensively, pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
Here's James. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
When things get tight, he goes hard to the rim. That is a big-time basket.
The ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Fox. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
And Vanderbilt slams it in.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Fox got a hand on it. Wembanyama against James. Fires for 3. Nice shot by Finney-Smith. And it's an 8-point Laker lead. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers?
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
You got to respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active, and making things happen.
Doncic outside. Pass to Vanderbilt. Just 4 to shoot. Finney-Smith, a screen. Here's James. Drives to the hoop. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Wembanyama screen. And it's Fox missing. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on an 11-3 run. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And it's Doncic missing. Here's Castle, guarded by Doncic. Here's Wembanyama on the take. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
LeBron, attack mode. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. James with the block.
And Braun with the block. Look, the shooters are working hard, but he is all over them.
Back to Vanderbilt. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
1:33 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. James against Wembanyama. 5 to shoot. Inside. And Vanderbilt gets it to go on the assist from James. And the Lakers lead by 7. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Wembanyama up top. Fox surveying the D. Pass to Wembanyama. Barnes a screen. Beyond the arc. And he buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
If Wemby wants to be one of the greats, this is where he will be judged. And what a big shot to add to his resume.
Clutch play by Doncic. He's been doing this since he was a kid. Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points, and they need them now.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game, because this one looks a bit out of reach.
Down low, Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Assist throw.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throw now. He has the talent the greats. It's just, can he dominate late game like all the greats have? Wemby getting it done.
It's stolen by Doncic.
San Antonio foul. Castle. First personal foul. Second
He
team.
drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Line for the Lakers. Luka Doncic.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James against Fox. And so it's the Lakers with the W. Exceptional. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jackson.
Doncic in at the point. And for the Rockets, Jalen Green is out there with Brooks. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. Here they are, game 1 of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Now, Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Brooks. And here's the break. Green deciding where to go with it. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Showing off his inside game, which will complement Green's game on the outside. It'll force defenders to have to guard him in different places on the floor.
Now here's James. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Good on the three-point shot.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Brooks with it. Finney-Smith defending. Now here's Brooks. 5 to shoot. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. He takes it in, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Took him no time at all on that one. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Green, impressive range from deep. He knows how dangerous he can be from there.
And Doncic throws it down.
Oh, look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that?
You don't. I mean, as a defender, you got to just stash that one in the memory bank and make sure it doesn't burn you the next time.
To the paint.
2 minutes.
Here's Hayes. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Really good pass from Finney-Smith. He understands that you can't squeeze that orange if you got somebody ready to catch and shoot.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpes had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. And the Lakers have possession. Following the miss by Dylan Brooks. James, no good. And now Brooks running the ball. Wow, man!
And Brooks known as somebody that provides great energy and hustle, especially when the break is on.
Now here's LeBron. Pass to Finney-Smith. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Good work from Finney-Smith down low, putting his size and reach to good use.
LeBron against Green. Şengün with a screen on LeBron. Out to Thompson. There's the drive, and Thompson throws it down.
That was an electrifying drive by Thompson, and that's how you get in there. Go fast and go hard.
Doncic with it. He's picked up by Brooks, and the shot goes in. Doncic has got his second bucket of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And Thompson kicks to Şengün. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back with you right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Dylan Brooks out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Eason in at the power forward. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Green after the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Eason. Brooks setting a pick for Eason. Trains the three-pointer. Eason's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's James for the 3. From range, LeBron is good.
That's a big turnaround right there. LeBron answering right back with the 3. He knows momentum is in the balance, and he wants it to swing his way.
Thompson, a screen on LeBron. Green misses from short range.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Doncic. Doncic explodes off the drive. What a slam!
The speed, savvy, and strength combination of Doncic, really difficult to defend.
And Clark, it's hard to compare Luka Doncic to any other player we've seen before.
I would certainly agree with that. Ditto to that, Kevin, because he is unique. His pace is never hurried. He never gets rattled. He complains to officials a little bit more than I'd like to see, but he's strong. He's got great touch and feel, and he scores at all 3 levels, and he's a brilliant passer.
Here's Green after Luka Doncic's bucket, and Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Doncic on the drive inside. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now here's LeBron. Brooks covering. Brooks against LeBron. Second chance shot. Brooks grabs the board. Rockets trail by 4. And Green puts up a deep 3. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's LeBron. He has 6. James down the lane. And finished off by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Brooks. The shot from the low post is good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
1:46 left in the first half. Hayes with the screen for Doncic. To the middle, and stolen by Şengün. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it, the fast break chance. Here's Vanderbilt. Hangs in the air, and the layup is up and in. Vanderbilt's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And here's Green outside. Connects from 3-point range. Green's got 10.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Doncic against Brooks. Doncic looking it over. Hayes the pass to James. Fires from way outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. And so Green will bring it up for Houston. They trail by 3. Brooks against Doncic. Şengün with the screen for Brooks. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
You know, he started slow, but now in the second quarter, he's finding his groove.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the night. And it's tied up with that one.
And Brooks has no problem wearing the black hat. He takes pride in being the villain. He's an old school player in that regard, very much so.
Here's Doncic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter.
You know, one of the things I like about watching Doncic is the pace he plays at. You're not going to speed him up. He plays at his pace, the pace he dictates.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Lakers lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Glad you could join us. The story tonight for the Houston Rockets through 2 quarters, a tightly contested matchup.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops. And now here's something that's always interesting. Let's see what the fans are up. Thank you for being with us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
So for the Lakers right now, we've got Austin Reeves laying out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Goodwin, and it's Kleba in at the 3. Hachimura is checked in for Vanderbilt. Here's Whitmore. Landale pass to Smith. For the lead. It's hauled in by Goodwin.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Reeves. Whitmore defending. It's stolen by Green. In the corner, Smith with it. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Reeves. Scoreless thus far. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Inside, Landale, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now it's a 3-point Rocket lead.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Reeves outside. And the foul on Jason Tate. That is his first foul of the game. Look, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Tate, a screen on Reeves. And a wide open look for Whitmore. And another three for Houston.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Reeves outside. To the inside. And the dunk by Lamb.
Love the playmaking ability of Reeves. Looks to me like he improves this area of his game every season.
Pass to Whitmore.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the third quarter. Up and in on the layup. Whitmore's got his second basket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Reeves. Count that bucket.
Yeah, I tell you what, when Reeves is focused in, I mean, he's tremendous.
Whitmore with it. He's got 5. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Whitmore's got the lead back up to 4 now for Houston.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
1:12 left in the third. Here's Len. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len.
And they were one of the NBA's top 5 fast break teams. Not many were better on the break than this group.
And you just mentioned it. What a year it was for them on the glass. The sheer effort and energy they put into their rebounding was tremendous. Now, Whitmore. He's got 7. Here's Tate. Misses the 3. Lakers trail by 4. Hachimura kicks to Goodwin. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Goodwin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 32 seconds left to play in the third. Smith with a wide open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Here's Reeves. Pass to Goodwin. Back to Reeves. Hachimura setting the pick for Reeves. Tries again. Hachimura, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Rockets ahead. They're up by 4. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Jayshawn Tate. Smith is out there with Green. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group.
Boy, with the basketball IQ of a 15-year vet, Doncic makes plays that even veterans struggle with.
Brooks outside. Going inside. It's hauled in by Doncic.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. To tie it up. LeBron playing like a big man inside.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now here's Brooks. He's tightly guarded. Tries it from the top of the key. They grab their own miss. Down low. Houston moving the ball around. Thompson against James. Pass to Doncic. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. With the drive, that puts them in the lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to Brooks. Puts up a deep three. They get it again. Green against James. Second shot opportunity. And Green with the lay-in. Green's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
Well, we're seeing validation as to why Green went second overall in the draft. He's got a unique ability to score the ball.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Takes it inside. Pass to Eason. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. And it's a 3-point Rocket lead. And here is LeBron. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So physically powerful. A tough task to defend LeBron inside.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
Eason with a screen for Green. Three-pointer, and another three for Houston.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Pass to Finney-Smith. LeBron is screen on Brooks. Here he goes, and finish off by Finney-Smith.
Finney-Smith, known as a utility guy, value-utility guy, but I tell you what, he showed us there. He's ready and willing and able to make the big bucket, too.
Thompson misses. Lakers trail by 3. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hayes. They get a hand on it. Here's Brooks. Now Eason. And it's Luka with the rebound. To the left side wing. James outside. Yes! A tremendous three to tie it up.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
Brooks outside. Eason with a screen for Brooks. Driving inside. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Thompson against James. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
James never lets up. He is absolutely fearless down the stretch.
And here's Houston. Thompson in the corner. It's in!
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
I don't know if they should actually look for the three here. That's a bit greedy. I'd take a good look, even if it's a two-point basket. Take the high percentage shot.
When they foul intentionally, they're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Lakers foul. Jared Vanderbilt. Third personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see here?
No option here but to go for three. Maybe set up a screen, carve out some space, and try to get a clean look at the three.
For your Rockets, number 7, Cam Whitmore.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it, though. You still need to get a quality look.
And the last shot is going to be reviewed. Ruled originally a basket. However, if it is ruled good, we'll be heading to overtime.
And the replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
And that's going to do it. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Here we go. Now, here's Doncic. We've got Jared Vanderbilt. Doncic out there with LeBron James. Then there's Hayes. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. Doncic with it. Now defended by Whitmore. And for Houston, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Thompson passes to Eason. Doncic outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Thompson outside. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Luka Doncic.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Lakers trail by 3. Doncic passes to LeBron. A minute into overtime and what has been a great game so far. And James throws it down hard.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. He put a little extra on that one.
Thompson right side. Doncic with the steal. Here's Finney Smith. Pass to Hayes. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Los Angeles now. James finds Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
Here's Eason. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
James with it. And Thompson sends it back.
On the hunt to make a big defensive impact. Thompson denying that shot.
Vanderbilt with the steal. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as the coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one falls for Vanderbilt.
Exactly what this team needed. Completing the and one.
Now Whitmore. And stolen by James. And here is Doncic. Kicks it out to LeBron. Back to Doncic. Clock at 4. Doncic powers it home.
Any doubt who's taking that shot? That's Luka's basketball all the way because he's much in the clutch.
Great to see the young fella step up. Whitmore showing veteran composure out there.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
James looking around. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Here's Finney-Smith. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
We appreciate everyone for coming out and showing your support. Please make sure to get home safe and come back soon.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on
there with Castle. Then it's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4-man spot. And for Houston, we've got Alperen Şengün. Dylan Brooks is out there with Jalen Green. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Eason in at the power forward position. Stand two of the greatest words in all of sports. Opening day.
Absolutely, Brian. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's optimistic. And everybody is eager to get going, whether you're playing or the guy on the sidelines drawing up plays.
Here's Green. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Takes it inside, and it's hammered home by Green.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. Green loves putting on a show.
To the wing on the left. Fox against Thompson from outside the arc. And it's Fox missing. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Eason up top. He's guarded by Barnes. Eason, a screen on Fox. The three is up. And Thompson gets it to go.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
From deep, Wembanyama, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman. Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Here's Fox. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Right there, Fox using his length to do damage inside.
Fox against Brooks. From deep. Rebound by San Antonio. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was in Houston.
They were out-hustled on the boards the last time these teams met.
Now here's Fox. Wembanyama, screen on Brooks. Here's Fox. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Yeah, the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Outside, Green. Banked it in off the glass. Green's got his second basket.
And fighting his way through. Green not afraid in there with the big boys.
Fox deciding where to go with it. Wembanyama pass to Fox.
2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. Thompson pulls it in.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Brooks from outside. He drops it from range.
You got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Wembanyama, screen on Thompson. Outside for Wembanyama. No good from outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Dan, it feels like the hardest part of team building is getting a superstar. The Spurs have one.
Well, they sure do, B.A. San Antonio was retooling for a few years, and then they won that 2023 lottery and draft Victor Wembanyama, a superstar, and now it's about surrounding him with the right guys.
Here's Castle. A 20-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 3-point lead. Şengün, a screen on Barnes. Pass to Şengün. And he makes it.
You gotta love how Şengün attacks on the interior.
26 seconds left in the first. Fox with the ball. He has 6. Wembanyama, high post. Fox against Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Thompson with the block. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Houston ball.
Brooks outside. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Rockets on top. They're up by 5. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, what do you think about the Rockets?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Harrison Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4. 3 on the clock. Top of the key. Şengün, no good.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Wembanyama, screen on Green. Back to Wembanyama from downtown. On target from range. Wembanyama's got 6.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Green. The rebound by the Spurs. Coach, when you watch Wemby, it's not the height that jumps out. It's the way he moves with that height.
Brian, I've been around the NBA a long time, and you think you've seen it all. But when you see someone with Wembanyama's size and the things he can do, his ball handling, his shooting range, the way he moves, blocking shots, this guy is one of a kind.
Feels like he's emerging as the face of the NBA soon.
I think that's what we all expect.
San Antonio with the ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Pass to Thompson. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Castle for 3. Wembanyama, screen on Green. Here's Castle. Back to Wembanyama. And here's Barnes. To the paint. Wembanyama with the easy 2.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Wembanyama, screen on Green. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got his second basket on the night.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
Outside, Green. Going inside, and it's hammered home by Green.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Now here's Brooks. 8 points in his last time out. Right side Eason, 17-foot shot on the way. Again, Houston. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Wembanyama, high post. With the teardrop. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Looks like he's getting warmed up. Much better efficiency here in the second quarter.
Thompson, a screen on Fox. Brooks outside. Second chance effort. Here's Thompson. Yep, that one goes. Thompson's got 9.
You know, we talk about the value of size out of the backcourt, and that sequence by Thompson is a great example.
Here's Castle. Green covering. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Brooks outside. Screen by Eason. To the wing, right side. Drains the triple. Eason's got 5 points in the quarter.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. There's 6 seconds left to play in the first half. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
It's a tie game here in Houston. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court.
I've seen more stops in All-Star games. What do they call the guys? Oh, yeah, Matador defense. They're just letting scores go by.
And now let's... Thanks for tuning in.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Jeff Green out there with Smith. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Smith. Tight defense on him. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Unable to get that one. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Vassell outside. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Greg.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Outside Whitmore. Outside Green. Drops in the 3. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Bassi for 3. The shot misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Smith outside. From the arc. And Houston, another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Pass to Bassi. All sorts of time. Rockets with a rebound.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Johnson inside. He's covered by Tate. Johnson with a bucket.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Rockets lead by 4. Here's Whitmore. No points yet. Smith with a screen on Vassell. Here's Whitmore. And he banks in the layup.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
They set a pick. Here's Vassell. Three-pointer off the mark.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Outside Whitmore. Pass to Landale. Back to Whitmore. Here's Champagny. Whitmore defending. Champagny, that's good. Champagny's gotten his first bucket of the night.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Johnson against Tate. Pass to Landale. Now here's Smith. Back to Landale. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Vassell outside. Pass to Bassi. Back to Vassell. And there's the drive. Spurs need to get one up here. Takes a 3. That shot, no good.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his forte.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Vassell outside. From behind the arc. Sinks the tray. Vassell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, Vassell has the range to create a lot of trouble at the arc.
Here's Whitmore. And he goes in for the dunk.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And the shot goes in.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Rockets on top. They lead by 5. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Castle. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. Wembanyama out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4 slide. Here's Castle. Green covering. Wembanyama, screen on Green. Outside Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Second chance shot. Oh, not enough to slow down Wembanyama.
Yeah, terrific follow through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Outside, Green. Wow, Green with the flush.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Wembanyama screen. That one's true, and that's 9 for 12 for him now.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Green in the post. Outside Eason. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Rockets.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Şengün. Gets the three ball to go. And the Rockets lead by 4.
We love to see Şengün's confidence continue to grow. Just fantastic work off the catch.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. And Şengün, here we go. And Şengün, throw it down.
Yeah, not too many guys want to get in Şengün's way when he's moving with purpose.
Here's Castle. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Yeah, this kid Castle loves having the ball in these spots. He wants to be the guy to hit the big one.
Here's Thompson. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. That free throw is good from Thompson.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Wembanyama screen. The three. It's hauled in by Houston. Thompson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Thompson.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 9-point game here. And Wembanyama has the ball here for San Antonio. Oh, Wembanyama making it look easy.
Yeah, on any given night, this is what Wembanyama is capable of. He can put on a one-man show.
Outside Whitmore. And he dunks it down.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Pass to Wembanyama. There's the triple. The big man, Wembanyama, sinks the 3.
Well, that's the leadership and clutch instinct they always want to see from Wembanyama.
It's stolen by Fox. Here's Castle. Whitmore defending. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. It's going to go on Cam Whitmore.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
And 1:01 left to play in the fourth. Clock at 6. Lets it fly from 18. Eason, pass to Şengün. Now Whitmore. Here's Thompson, left side Eason. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Thompson scanning the floor. Money!
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
You know, that was an excellent play right there. Using his strength to power through contact.
Here's Brooks. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Third team foul.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker.
Dylan Brooks taking 2 shots.
And the second of two is good. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
They should have a play prepared for this scenario. Little time, they need a three. Of course, the D will be guarding the line. No one said it was going to be easy.
Number 24.
The three from Barnes. Misses the three.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. They can't get discouraged now.
And so the big win by Houston in a tight game. What a performance they had here.
And game one of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the power forward position. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Wembanyama for three. Luka Doncic grabs the miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now Hayes. Doncic outside. And Hayes kicks to Doncic. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Team foul.
Here's Doncic. Kicks it out to James. With the second effort. On the wing, Doncic. Basket good. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
There's no end to the ways Doncic can score.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Fox, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to James. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
I like how fast Mon makes decisions, reading the defense ahead of time, rising and shooting with confidence.
Wembanyama with it. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Doncic. This game he had 28 points. Trying to find Vanderbilt. Gets it to him.
Picking up that second foul early is tough. They'll have to be careful, and we'll see how much coach trusts him to not get that third.
Second team foul.
Doncic looking it over. Rebound, San Antonio.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 34 left in the first. Mamu Kelishvili passes to Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Fox driving to the basket. And there's Wembanyama on the assist by Fox.
And this kid has all the confidence in the world. Wembanyama stayed under control just in time to beat the clock.
And 1:01 left to play in the first. Doncic left side. Launches a three. Barnes grabs the miss.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Deflects the pass. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Castle. Guarded by Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The tray. And it's LeBron James with the three. LeBron's got 6.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Wembanyama, a screen on Doncic. The three. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Castle is out there with Fox. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4. Here's Castle. After Luka Doncic's bucket, the wide open look here for Fox. Buries the long-range jumper. Fox has got his first 3 points of the game.
A smooth-looking three-point shot. I think Fox is feeling it.
Doncic outside. Rebound San Antonio. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Kicks it out to James. Picked by Finney-Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And James throws it down.
Roll back that clock. LeBron, the king, still reigns.
Here's Castle, guarded by Doncic. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. James against Wembanyama. Doncic with a screen for James. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Concentration off the charts. A chance for LeBron James to add 1 more.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. RJ last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's 1-1.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Doncic outside. Luka on the move. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's James. 6 to shoot. And there's the drive. A rebound by the Spurs.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Here's Castle. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. And you hear Richard about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but That iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
Now here's Barnes. In the game against Toronto, very impressive. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Spurs ball.
A three from Wembanyama.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. Can't get that break. Can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. DA, thanks.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
1:31 left to play here in the half. Outside for Wembanyama. Clock at 6.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. And here is James. 11 points in the game. James absorbing hits on the drive.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Doncic very comfortable down low.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Driving the lane. Pass to Wembanyama. Takes it off the glass. Wembanyama has got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
James on the drive. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And that one's good. Mamoukelashvili.
How about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Lakers leading by 8. James looking it over. Whoa! James strong flush off the drive.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
It'll count. And the rejection by Wembanyama. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The Oklahoma City Thunder will go up against the Pacers in Indianapolis. 8:30 Eastern time for the tip there. And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Lakers.
They're doing a nice job.
That'll do it for our show.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Alex Len out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Goodwin. And it's Kleba in at the 3 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Reeves against Vassell. Count it. Vassell's got 5 now.
more Vassell scores inside, the more it frees up his mid-range game. That is essential to his success.
Here's Reeves. Pass to Len. Back to Reeves. Len with a screen on Vassell. Reeves the pass to Len. Goes back up. Now Goodwin. Lakers working the ball around now. Kleba finds Reeves. Rebound by Sohan. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's Champagny. Still scoreless. On the wing, Reeves. Pass to Hachimura. It's tipped. Here's Branham. It's Vassell on the wing. And there's the drive, and it's in there. Now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Reeves the pass to Hachimura. The shot's good. And the Lakers lead by 7.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
I know Reeves has been accused of hunting fouls before, Richard. Do you see that?
Oh, I don't know if it's all on Reeves. It's just the way the game is played. Great players learn how to put you in position to foul them. The goal of the game is to score, and if that's hunting fouls, then hunt away.
Reeves against Vassell. Up top, Reeves. Hachimura setting the pick for Reeves. Hachimura down low. Covered by Vassell. Hachimura no good. To the paint. Boom, he jams it straight down.
His playmaking is trending in the right direction. Vassell has shown steady growth in that area.
Now here is Hachimura. Defense is right there. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Here's Vassell, rejected by Len. Reeves outside. Now here's Vassell. He's covered closely. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. Vassell's got 10 points in just the second half.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. The Lakers second.
Hard to shoot the ball any better than they did. I mean, they weren't the best in the league, but, man, they were right there.
Oh, the mid-range shot has always been Hachimura's best weapon, but he's adapted and has become more consistent beyond the arc.
Spurs trail by 5. Here's the screen. Vassell against Reeves. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. .40 left in the third quarter. Hachimura with a screen on Vassell. From deep, Reeves drills it from outside. Reeves has got 5 now.
You've got to respect the three-point shooting of Reeves. He can be dangerous from there.
And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That is his first foul of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Castle. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with his constant change of pace.
And he sinks the second. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Here's James driving inside.
And he's doing it all himself, shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
Outside Fox. It's stolen by Vanderbilt. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with a 9-point lead to end the... A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to...
Nobody holds the ball, not even foul.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Los Angeles leading by 9. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. They've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with Fox. Then it's Barnes. And it's Mamu Kalashvili in at the 4 slot. 6 to shoot. And it's denied by Fox.
On defense, Fox is so crafty. He uses all of his natural talents to disrupt your shot.
And it's Fox with the ball for San Antonio. They trail by 9 points. Wembanyama high post. The kick out to Fox. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
Look at how planted Fox is. He's primed to shoot the moment he gets it.
Doncic outside. Over Castle. Doncic, no good. Spurs trail by 6. Inside, here's Wembanyama. Spurs passing it around. The kick out to Fox. Another shot. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
The drive by James and the dunk by James.
Just so reliable. I mean, that basket there will give them a little bit more of a cushion.
Wembanyama, a screen on Doncic. Right wing. Nice move. And Wembanyama with the nice bucket inside.
And they have picked it up offensively here in the second half. Ball movement, getting high percentage shots, and you can definitely see a difference.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Picked by Finney-Smith. James slams it in.
Look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Spurs trail by 6. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Oh, 3-ball, Wembanyama!
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Doncic passes to LeBron. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Castle. Rebounded by the Lakers. They've led by as many as 11 points.
2 minutes remaining in this ball.
Here's Vanderbilt, and the dunk by Vanderbilt.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Here's Castle. Shoots the 3. Up again. Whoa, Wembanyama powers in the putback.
That is where you want to see Wemby making big plays in big moments.
LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Outside, James. There's the try. No, stopping LeBron there.
Sorry, averages. Who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
And Wembanyama outside. 1:03 left in the fourth. No good on that one. The Lakers have gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the fourth. Fox against LeBron. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
40 seconds left in the game. LeBron outside. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And now 8-point Laker lead.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Now here's Barnes. Here's Wembanyama for 3. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama.
San Antonio foul. Wembanyama. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 9.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
And so the Lakers take the win. Some good competition, but thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony.
Folks, hope you're ready for some. So the Houston starting five. Alperon Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Jalen Green. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the two-guard position. Well, Grant, everyone has the same goal right now, and that's to have a strong start to the season.
No question, B.A. And that could be tough to achieve for teams that might have a new coach. Or if you had a lot of roster changes, teams with continuity tend to have the advantage to start the season.
Here's Green. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
He has a great feel for scoring in the painted area. Nice play by Jalen Green.
And here's Doncic. Outside Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Finney-Smith, a screen. Doncic, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
And down it goes. 2 points.
And when Brooks gets these chances, he doesn't pass them up. Nice work inside.
Now, here is James. His last outing, we saw him score 22. An easy 2 on the layup.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
And here's Doncic outside. It's rebounded by Houston.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
They grab their own miss. And he lobs it up. Back to Eason. Shot clock at 6. The 3 ball. It's Hayes with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about how Alperon Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
What you appreciate about Finney-Smith is his work ethic and willingness to hit the offensive glass. He'll do whatever it takes to get a win.
Screen by Eason. Brooks from outside. Hits the trifecta. Brooks has got 5.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Doncic. Last game he had 28 points. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And that sends Luka Doncic to the free throw line. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks. And the free throw, no good. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
And Houston has possession, following the score by Los Angeles. Thompson, a screen on James. Outside, Green, over James. Brooks outside. Here's the three. The Lakers with a rebound. It's a one-on-one situation. And that one drops for him. James has gotten his second bucket on the night.
You know, LeBron plays a very mistake-free game, usually in the open court. And when he's out on the break, the points are almost a guarantee.
Now here's Green. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Green's got his second basket of the game.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Doncic passes to James. Doncic, a screen on Thompson. Thompson with a steal. Back comes Houston in transition. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Vanderbilt against Eason. Şengün, a screen on Vanderbilt. Here's Eason, outside for Green. Şengün, the screen. And that's not going to go. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Hayes. Then there's James. And it's Doncic in at the one. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Thompson. No made baskets yet. That ties the game.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is... Oh! Huge slam by LeBron!
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel, James. Is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Green in the post. James is there. Outside, Green. 5 on the clock. Pulls up. Another miss by Green. So it's Los Angeles now. The last time these two teams came together was also in this building, and they were able to win it for the home fans.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
Very satisfying performance, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Doncic. And Doncic with the jam.
Can't let Doncic get the positioning he seeks, or he'll dunk all over you.
Thompson attacking. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Now, here is James. He has 6. Knocked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Rockets 4th.
Their effort on the boards was a point of pride for them. They play a physical style, and it served them well.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Green for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
James outside. And Vanderbilt gets it to go on the assist by James. Vanderbilt's got his first points of the night. The Rockets trail. Green, the pass to Brooks. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Thompson with a screen. Brooks with it. Finney Smith's there. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, BA? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Now here's Doncic. Give him 8. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Jared Vanderbilt. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second.
In the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside, Green. Şengün, a screen on James. Here's Green.
When LeBron is engaged on defense, he's a real problem at that end of the floor, too. Terrific job changing the shot.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift, and that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
And Şengün gets it to go.
For all his inside the three-point line prowess, Şengün can still get it done outside.
Here's James. 6 points for him. Outside, Finney Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Screen by James. Finney Smith passes to James. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Rockets have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Eason finds Şengün. Now Brooks, guarded by Doncic. Brooks against Doncic. The 3 is up. And the ball out of play. Lakers will have it. The Lakers trail. James deciding where to go with it. Finney Smith, a screen. Ooh, Thompson with the block. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Such great timing, defensive awareness, too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Rockets on top. They lead by 1. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
You take a look at the Lakers. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes. And then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
Well, one stat in their favor is the one.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Houston in the lead. Kick it off the second half. Here's Ime Udoka's 5. Jayshawn Tate out there with Whitmore. Then there's Jeff Green. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Smith in at the 3. Now here's Whitmore. Takes the 3. Len pulls it in. And the The Lakers' shooting has been spectacular. 67%. Just incredible. Shot is good by Goodwin.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Now here's Whitmore. Oh, drains the 19-footer. Whitmore's gotten his first basket of the night. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
And that's a foul called on Jayshawn Tate. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About a minute played here in the second half. On the wing, Hachimura. Green covering. 5 on the clock. And here's Reeves outside. Connects from downtown. Reeves has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands. It just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now here's Reeves. Kleba with a screen. Reeves, the pass to Kleba. Here's Lynn. Second shot opportunity. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. For Houston, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Back to Smith. Tate finds Green. It's Tate on the wing. Outside, Green. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. Smith. They shoot again. And he takes it up and lays it in. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Here's Reeves. And he drops it in from the low post. Reeves has got 5 points.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
And the third pick in 2022, Jabari Smith Jr., he struggled at times in his rookie season. But Clark, he's making some major strides now.
You know, B.A., you've heard me and others say this, but every player runs their own race. Everybody's development journey is their own, to own and to run. Sometimes it just takes a little while longer for guys to adjust to this level. But I tell you one thing about that young man, the progress he made lets you know he's got what it takes to one day be an all-star in this league.
Hachimura from long range nails it from beyond the arc.
Hachimura has the ability to torch defenses from deep and continues to work on this area of his game.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. Picked by Smith. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And it's hammered home by Green. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Now here's Reeves. He's got 5. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Reeves has understated size for a guard, attacking that rim.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Tate. Just 5 to shoot. And not going to go. He misses his first attempt of the night. The Lakers have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Green against Hachimura. Inside. Kleba with a steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And he caught that pass in full stride on his big slam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Impressive offensive versatility for big. He can show you a variety of looks.
And here's Reeves outside. Tie game in Los Angeles. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Hayes. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the 2 guard. That's the Laker 5. Count it. Good. And the Lakers lead by 2.
They're going old school out there now. Working the mid-range part of the floor.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
3-pointer, Brooks. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Doncic on the take. Rebounded by Green.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Vanderbilt against Şengün. Back to Brooks. Şengün, the screen. Fires the 3. That's good. Brooks for 3.
When he gets the opportunity, they are counting on Brooks to hit that shot.
Now Doncic. We've gone about a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. Pass to Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Another great pass from Doncic. You pretty much expect him to tally double-digit assists every game.
Here's Thompson. He takes it in. And the slam dunk by Thompson. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
James with the ball. Shot clock at 5. The 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. And here's Green from the arc. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Finney-Smith, the screen. From deep, here's Doncic. Luka! Lethal!
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
And here's Brooks. Thompson, screen on Doncic. Down low. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Showing 0 fear. Thompson handles the pressure of the big moment. Way to go, Amin.
Here's James. Out left to the wing. And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter. Finney-Smith, the screen. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Eason, pass to Brooks. Back to Eason. Outside, Green. Screen by Eason. Takes the hit and scores inside. Green.
Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times.
And Doncic launches from deep. James passes to Doncic. Back to James. Screen on Thompson. Here's James on the wing. Defended by Thompson. And they're running. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Şengün. And stolen by Hayes.
And not a moment to lose on this possession. Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Oh, LeBron hammers it home.
James never lets up. He is absolutely fearless down the stretch.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
And so they foul intentionally.
Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
There's 14 seconds left in the final quarter, and he commits the intentional foul.
LeBron James. That's his first personal foul.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
At the line for the Rockets.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
All but over now. Those free throws help seal the deal.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here. Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Here's Finney-Smith. Misses the three. And so it's Houston winning this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are.